Alrighty, welcome in NRL Picks and Preview back in business. We missed last week and we are sorry for that. We found some Origin winners though for you on that last attempt, but we are back ready to cook for NRL round 14. Jordan Hughes with you alongside.
There's me, King!
Hello, brother.
Geordie, I have missed you, my friend.
Mate, birthday week, firstly. How was it?
Happy birthday. It was very good. Very young, very sharp.
Little weekend away, New Stars, good.
Rode a horse riding. And, I got back, and actually on the day of my birthday, 12-hour shift on the truck.
Mate.
Hectic times, man.
No rest for the wicked.
Never.
So we'll keep things moving. Firstly, Origin recap. Obviously, you found some winners with To'o, Lomax, the Blues on the money.
Yeah, we're on there. The Blues turned up exactly how we should. There's a few bad calls with the refs. The video refs need to go. The women in the video refs go. Get out. The women ref for the females as well. Go.
Didn't like it.
It's terrible across the park. We're so sharp. Our bets are on, and there's just some douchebag sitting there doesn't know how to watch a football game.
Disappointing. On the other side, on the women's side, I think we did find some winners. Freshard scored. I had Queensland and plus at 13.5, so got some cash there for the people. Maroons, they found a way though. It was good.
Yeah, they did. I was riding the Blues there. I had a few try scorers as well. Surges at the right edge.
Yep.
Left edge, Jess Friesen.
Just quickly, Lozzie Brown at 7. All the difference there.
We've been calling it.
I know.
I don't know. I think the coach might have been watching the potty.
Must
but
have.
we've been saying Lozzie Brown, get her in the halves. They can create plays. And do you know who was big for me? Georgia Hannaway off the bench.
Yep.
I am biased because I do know her. We're mates.
Yep.
She come off the bench and just added an extra attacking weapon to the team.
She was sharp. So there was that. And then NRL round 13. Any thoughts and opinions on the round that was, my friend?
Yes, sir. What impressed me was the Raiders' resilience to come back trailing the Roosters and come back to win at Roosters' home ground. That was impressive. 26-24.
Yes, it was. For my actually, to get to what was upsetting firstly.
No, let's talk positives.
Okay,
what was your positive?
I got 2 for you. The Wars, that could be the real deal.
Don't be surprised. It's just
Mate,
the WAR teams, brother. They're here.
And as you said, the Raiders. I sort of love this team. I love this team. I'm falling in love with them.
It's the camaraderie.
Mate.
It's the resilience. It's the comeback.
It's very good. I'll also get a started negative. Are the Broncos dead, mate? Are the Broncos dead?
You've hit me the same thing. Disappointing Broncos 34-6 defeat against an understrength Manly.
Oh, mate, what are they doing? There's culture issues. There's turmoil at Red Hill. What's going on, mate?
I honestly think it's just a lack of that senior experience in the forwards. It's all a bunch of young bucks coming in. Young bucks running amok without any direction.
Not good. All right, let's get things started. NRL round 14. It gets started tonight. Knights and the Manly Seagulls. 285. The Newcastle Knights at $42. The Seagulls are line 6.5. Regan.
Well, look at the Knights. They're out of form. Injuries across the board. They've got a weak forward pack. That's where you lay your platform, and they just can't do that with a weak forward pack. Manly other end, no turbo, but they do have a decent squad all around. I am impressed with Hapawadi at fullback there.
Yeah, he was sharp last week, wasn't he? Very good.
A couple try assists. He's just so nonchalantly good.
Yeah, speaks well. Nice, calm young man. I'm very impressed. So on the stats front for you, the underdog has won Manly's last 6 games, but Manly have failed to cover their last 8 following a win. And Olakau'atu, in great form, he scored in his last 4 of 5 when he plays the Knights.
Exactly. Well, look out for Cherry Evans. He still has to impress to be able to play State of Origin. They're using that right edge with Hapawadi at the back. It's up to his decision-making to get out to Fawalo on the wing there. Or, like you said, I like Olakau'atu for a meat pie as well.
There we go. Who wins it? Regan.
Well, look, one more thing to note. If you're going with the Knights, look out for Sharp and Lucas. That's where they strike. But I just think the Manly are too good across the park, and I've given them a minus 5.5 handicap. In saying that, Manly cannot string together back-to-back wins. They're a win-loss, win-loss.
Yep. And on the other side, the Knights, they just seem to be lost. So
Lost.
So on that saying, I'm going to go Manly to win as well. Manly too good for me, and I like Olakau'atu for a try.
Beauty, both on the Manly, and look, we've both put Olakau'atu.
There we go. Let's go Friday night footy. We head down Melbourne. $1.20 the Storm, the Cowboys $4.60 Lions 15.5. Always a tough road trip, this one.
Yeah, excited to see this. 7 wins for Storm with 4 losses, 5 wins for the Cowboys, 5 losses and 1 draw. So they're both in the top 8. We're looking at a very good game here.
Should be an absolute cracker, but the Storm, they are absolutely ferocious at home. They've won the last 8 at AAMI Park. But the underdog has covered the last 8 between these two sides. Ryan Pappenhausen loves playing on Friday night, scored in his last 8 Friday night games as a favourite.
Beauty. I'm looking at Pappenhausen to have a good one and Coates at that left edge. When it comes around Origin time, Coates is flying. He's scoring. On the other edge, there's a few danger men to look out for. It's Purdue in the halves. Tommy Dearden's finding some great form.
Yep.
And our man Purdue.
Yeah, he's looking the goods. I think Storm win this. I think Ryan Papp does score. But the thing is, though, that 15.5 number, where do you sit on that?
15. Well, I've given Storm the win 1-12. I don't think Cowboys are out of this.
Yeah,
I think it's plenty of points. Storm 1-12.
Yeah, that's where I lean. I lean Storm win, take the over, and then go Ryan Papp.
We're both glued together this week.
We are. It's nice. And then what the way you're saying is maybe take the Cowboys plus that 15.5 to
Definitely
keep it close.
take them. The 15.5, I'll take that.
Take that. All right, there we go. Both on the Storm, though, to get it done on Friday night. Let's go to Suncorp Stadium. The Dolphins, $1.55. The Dragons, $2.45. The Lions, 5.5. Two sides that are on the cusp. I'm trying to find some wins.
Yeah, beautiful. Both teams have 5 wins. Dolphins with 7 losses. Dragons with 6 losses. So they're literally sitting head-to-head here. I've been enjoying the Dolphins. They're fresh off a bye. I like Katoa. I like Farnworth, and I like the Hammer.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it's a dream team right there, isn't it? You mentioned the bye. The Dolphins have won their last 3 following a bye. So they love playing after getting a rest. The Dragons have failed to cover the last 13 of 14 away games following a win. Obviously had that big W last week against the Knights, I believe. Try scorers, Herbie has scored in his last 6. He's flying. And Azarko has scored in his last 4 of 5 against the Dragons.
You love an Azarko try, don't you? Look out here for the Dragons. You've got Tui Pelotu joining Holmes. I think he's a try scorer at that left edge. I think we're going to be watching a shootout. This is a bang for bang, try for try for me. You're safe with either team 1-12 win. But for me, I'm going Dolphins 1-12.
I'm going to join you, my friend. Dolphins win for me. Herbie scores, Azarko scores. Dolphins keep it moving.
Let's go. Straight on to Saturday, 5:30.
There we go. Let's go. The Cronulla Sharks, $1.48. The Warriors, $2.65. The Lions, 6.5. It's going to be an absolute crack between these two.
Here we are. Sharks straight off a bye. 7 wins, 5 losses. Listen to this. The Warriors, 9 wins with 3 losses this season.
Mate, they're flying.
That's winning form. When are they going to lose? Look, the Sharks are always tough to beat at home. Iro is an absolute try scorer, as we see. I don't know where Waz get their points from, but look out for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
Yeah, he does find a way through. The Sharks have won the last 9 night games at home after losing as a favourite. The underdog has covered the Sharks' last 5 at the Sharks Stadium. And your man, Iro, scored in his last 8 appearances, my friend.
There we go. Iro's got to score again then. I'm looking at either team to win 1-12 points. I think you're safe there. The Wars won't lose by more than 12, neither will the Sharks. So I'm going either team 1-12, and to be honest, I think the Sharks win 1-6 points.
There we go. Very close, you reckon. That line's 6.5, so they're right on there, according to Regan. I agree. I reckon Sharks win in an absolute nail-biter. I think they do enough to cover. I'll take them minus at 6.5. Sharks to win 1-12. Iro scores. Bang, bang.
Note this, if you pick the Warriors, you pick your own line and give them a plus 12.5, that's $1.41.
There you go.
I think that's an absolute saver.
Any try scores you like in this one?
Look, I've gone Iro and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, either one of those try scorers.
There we go. Maybe put them together with that alternate handicap. You could be on to something there. Oh, let's go to the local derby. Two sides that are desperate for a win. The Broncos, $1.35. The Titans, $3.20. The Lions, 10.5.
An absolute doozy here. Broncos versus Titans.
It could be the worst game of the season, though. Two sides just suck.
If you look, Broncos have had 5 wins and 7 losses, but it feels like they've just had 7 straight losses.
Yep.
And the Titans, they've been playing some footy in patches.
They had their chances last week. It was that dodgy call. So
Well, Big Tino, Big Mo, I've been enjoying them. I was actually just at the Titans ground. I was just checking them out. I was playing a bit of golf myself, so I got to see the boys.
There we go.
Having a bit of a lunch.
What do you reckon? They're looking all right?
Tino and Mo, they're monsters, mate.
Yeah.
They're huge.
They are. All right, a couple of stats for you. Try scorers plenty in this matchup. Jesse Arthur scored in his last 6 home games. Khan Pereira scored in his last 6 at Suncorp Stadium. Ezra Mam has scored in his last 3 home games versus the Titans. And the underdog has won the last 7 Brisbane Bronco matches.
Wow, beautiful. Well, look at this. The Broncos have Reece Walshy back in tap.
That's the big one.
I do love Mam there with Walsh. I do think Jesse Arthur's out that left edge is scoring. The Broncos should get the win here, but I'm also not upset with an upset win here.
Here we go. I'm going to go the upset right here. I'm going to go Titans to win. They need to win desperately. Desi House is playing for his career here. Coaching for his career, I should say. Titans win for me in an absolute nail-biter. Khan Pereira scores. Arthur scores. Titans plus that 10.5.
Beauty, that's nice. I like the 10.5. I'm going with Broncos to win, Arthur's to score, and Ellen Fitzgibbon on the wing for the Titans.
Okay, there we go. So let's see how that one pans out. Let's go down to the Raiders, the top dogs, $1.40. The Rabbitohs, $2.95. The Lions, 8.5. Regan.
Absolutely. The Raiders are 10 wins on the trot with only 3 losses. The Rabbits, on the other end, 6 wins with 6 losses. But look who they have back. Cody Walker, Jack White, and Latrell's there. Humphreys is on. This is the first time we're seeing their fully stacked team in form now. And we've got Keon Kalamatangi in the front row. He's looking good. On the other end, the Raiders are unbelievably resilient.
Yeah, they always find a way. And that's a good-looking roster for the Rabbitohs, though.
It's strong.
The South Sydney Rabbitohs, though, have lost their last 11 versus teams in the top 4. Canberra scored 31 points in the last 3 versus South Sydney. So maybe the over could be a play. Plenty of points. And Hudson Young, your man, scored his last 3 appearances.
He scores every week. He's always the lucky one to get on there. I think Johnston is the scorer at that left edge for sure. He scored 3 last week. And I think Savage gets one back on him, whether it's an intercept or not. But I'm going with the Raiders here. High scoring Raiders all day for me. As a roughie, 1-12.
Yeah, I like that too. I think the Bunnies will push them. That's a good looking team. But Raiders at home, at Canberra, a bit chilly. I like Raiders to win, Young to score.
And there is a couple of milestones there with Tapine and Big Pap. So
milestone games always looking the goods. Good
usually
call.
Don't lose that.
No, you're right. Let's go now. The Tigers $3.35. The Panthers $1.33. The Lions $9.5. Two sides, need a winner.
Listen to this. The West Tigers have 5 wins. Panthers have 4.
They're bottom, aren't they?
Wow. Oh, they're down there.
Yeah.
But that is so crazy. 5 wins and 4 wins. How are the Tigers beating the Penrith on the ladder?
There you go.
Look, the Tigers are discombobulated after they've just lost.
Good
Gelfand.
vocab.
You know, I do my dictionary study. That's a good one. But listen to this. Coruscant, Luai, Turanuva, all against their old club.
Yes.
Nathan Cleary, what's going to happen? First time toe-to-toe. Brian To'o, let's get it on. I'm keen to see this bang.
Fun fact for you. I heard this the other day. The Panthers halves, Luai and Nathan Cleary, they've got the best winning percentage as a halves combination for the Panthers ever in rugby league history.
Standard.
Ever. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's 4 seasons in a row too. That's cool.
Mate.
That is a fun fact.
And now they go ahead against each other, which would be an absolute cracker. The Panthers have won their last 8 of 9 versus the Tigers in Sydney. To'o scored his last 3 at CommBank Stadium. But the Panthers have failed to cover the last 6 at CommBank following a win after that win against the Eels last week.
This one's crazy because Coruscant is one of my favourite players at the moment.
Yeah.
And they will turn up against their old club.
I agree.
But on the other end, I don't think Cleary lets them get them.
Nah.
Cleary stands up here. Edwards stands up. To'o gets a meat pie. And I like the handicap points for the Tigers there. But I'm definitely I'm excited.
Yeah.
Panthers here.
Panthers, I agree. Panthers win. Cleary doesn't want to lose this game. It's an important game. There's a lot of...
You can't.
Nah, you can't, can you? It is very much somewhat of a grudge. You may want to get one up against your good mate. So I go Panthers to win. I like that Tigers plus that 9.5 though. That's a good shout. And To'o gets a meaty for me as well. And maybe even Tuanuva as well.
We're on the same punt here. I've been back in Tuanuva weekly, but he's not getting the ball.
He's due. And then this is an exciting game. Monday footy we have. It's the public holiday in Sydney, the King's birthday holiday. So the Dogs, $1.40. The Parramatta Eels, $2.95. The Lions, 8.5. They're looking at 65,000 in the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. We should go down.
It'd be nice.
Well, the Bulldogs are on 9 wins with only 2 losses this season. On the other end, Eels are 4 wins with 8 losses. Bulldogs were on their way to their loss, and then they had a loss 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
They've just returned from a bye. Stephen Crichton back, Josh Curran. Gelvin's joined their party team list. And on the other end, Eels are finding some momentum.
And the big headline this week is obviously Galvin. So he's named in the extended bench in that 23. Does he come in at all, you think, or not?
I don't know, but I think that's bad for the club because Sexton and Burton were doing such a great job.
I agree.
And now they're obviously going to be negative throughout training or the park. Sexton loses spot pretty much.
Yeah, well, very interesting to see how that one pans out. That's all the attention on Monday. Parramatta have failed to cover the last 7 of 8 at a core stadium. Addo Carr has scored in his last 5 versus the Bulldogs, and Crichton has scored in his last 2 versus Parramatta at a core stadium. Look for Crichton for a big one here.
Oh, I'm excited. I love Crichton, so that's even better to hear you say those stats. The Fox versus his old club.
Oh, it's good.
Both teams, look out for the Eels. They score on each wing out there. Look out for the Fox or Lomax. The same with the Bulldogs. Look out for Montoya and Carraz.
For sure. I think Dogs win it for me. They do enough to get it done. It will be a grinding affair. Eels will push them all the way. I'll go Crichton for a try, Addo Carr for a try, and Dogs minus 8.5.
Beauty. Oh, minus 8.5.
Yeah, I can do it.
Nice. Well, I've just gone Dogs at home, and I think it's going to be at 1-12 for the Dogs.
There you go. That one should be an absolute cracker. Monday footy, I do enjoy that one as well. So let's go now to our best bets for the King.
Here we are. I've got a 6-leg multi for you.
6-legger.
So Manly to win, $1.43. Storm to win at $1.20. Give Dolphins a +6 handicap
Yep.
to win. The Warriors, Sharks, either team to win 1 to 12. That's paying $1.60. The Raiders to win $1.49. And the Dogs at home $1.42. That's a $7.48 multi. I've loaded on that. I'm going to share that slip straight after.
Yep.
I've said it here. We're going to post it.
Okay.
It's going to be 6 out of 6.
That's a sharp one. I like it from the King. I got a couple for you. I've got 2 here for you against the spread. So Dolphins minus the 5.5, Sharks minus the 6.5, Titans plus the 10.5. That's my 3-legger.
Ooh, safe.
And then you're feeling juicy. I got my try scorers multi as well. Herbie Farnsworth, Khan Pereira, Iro, Brian Tottle all get tries this weekend.
Oh, here we go. We got some good odds here too.
Yeah, so
Juicy.
that's what I'm liking on my side of things. So there we go. We are back. NRL round 14 in the books. So Origin's coming up with Origin 2. Regan, how good?
It's good to be back.
Oh, man, I missed you.
I missed you too.
Yeah.
I'm excited for Origin. I wish we were going Perth.
That'd be a good little trip. Just shout out to, apologies for last week. Obviously, got a lot of messages. The people did miss us last week, but we're going to make up for it this week. We've got plenty of juice there for you, and hopefully we can find some winners.
Let's back these bets. That's Geordie. I'm the King. We're Media Vintage. We out.
See you next week.